The green machine is black. I mean green. Right. Oh yes, Mandingos, welcome back to the Blot Outdoor Show, and thank you for joining me on another Wednesday night wild camping adventure. I've just parked the Block the Bale up at the National Trust car park at Wattenlath. Is that how you say it? Wattenlath? I think that's how you say it, guys. Who gives a shit? Aye, got a bit of a steep climb here, and then it shouldn't be too bad after that. We will make our way over to Ble Tarn. Yeah, seen other people camping there on YouTube. Looks like a fantastic place to spend the night. I think there's like another one, maybe even two tarns in the Lake District with the same name, Ble Tarn. But yeah, this is the one we go to from Wattenlath. Once we get there, guys, you know the score on the Blot Outdoor Show. We've got some nice beers. We've got some rum. Yes, someone's given me a nice little bottle of rum, so we're going to do a world famous rum review in the famous words of Jonathan Wass. We have got whiskey as well, so we'll be having a few chest warmers. Talking about warm, I think I'm going to have to get this waterproof jacket off in a few Neil Sedakas and a Winnie Mandela, because it's absolutely beautiful. Look at this. Oh, makes a change from the pissing down rain and the gale plat force winds. Right then, guys, I'm going to get up this steep bankaroonie, which will go up there, and then I've got to go over into beyond, and I'll bring you legends back when we're arriving at Ble Tarn. However, let's get crack-a-lackin'. House of Jollof. Nigerian food, just that secret sauce. Filling in the bowl, guys. I've just got this horrible feeling that 5 guys stand around the bowl. So anyway, I don't want to think about it anymore. I might get surprised. You know what I'm talking about. You know this makes no sense. Oh yes, Mandingos, you know what time it is. Whiskey time. Welcome back to the Blot Outdoor Show, guys. Oh yes. Today I'm back out on another stealth camp with my little man friend, the human dorsal fin. Get it there. Oh yes. So here we are, folks. I'm at the summit. Quite impressive. I'm at the summit of Armboth Fell. Where we're going is down there to Ble Tarn. Change of plan, Dingo. On the way over, Mandingos, I was just going to go straight to Ble Tarn, and then I remembered I've done all these Wainwrights here. The first one I passed over there, High Tove. I've done that one about 5 years ago. Me, little Mick, and my cousin Davey, who's also got his own YouTube channel called DC Outdoors. I'll leave a link for his channel in the description of this video. Me and Schmick were in some of his early videos, and he was in some of my early ones. Yeah, so I've done High Tove that I've just passed not so long ago, about 5 years ago. And then that big one up there, Ulscarth, I've done that with the two Chris's like nearly 3 years ago, but I've never done this one. Arm both fell, and I thought, well, it could be another 3 years or something by the time I'm, you know, in this area to do that. So get it out the way with now, is what I'm trying to say, guys. Why I'm some lyrical genius. Plus, if I got down to my camping spot too early, I'll be on the Jeff Beers, and they'll be gone dingo in no time at all, mandingos. And that's setting up a plan dingo that this mandingo wants to follow. Do you know what I'm talking about, mandingos? Right, I've got to be careful here, because you go off track just a little bit and you end up in the Jody Marsh, and then it's like Denise Squelch and Bogdan Milosevic at exactly the same time. So hi. When I done the video, we'll just chat some shite, guys, while we're on our way down now. I've had enough of playing free YouTube music here. When I'd done that hike 5 years ago with little Mick and my cousin Davey, we were just sleeping in the back of my van, so we went out on a big hike. Well, it was a fairly big hike. It was a really big hike for little Mick. He done really well. And then we went to Keswick. We got smash burgered. Little Mick fell over again, right in the middle of the street in Keswick. It was late at night, so there wasn't anyone seeing him apart from me and Davey. And then we went back to the Van Dingo at Castlerig campsite. Oh God, I've gone off track here, like I'm in the bog down Milosevic. And then we had a drink in the van, and oh God, I hate it when this happens. Try and find the proper path again. So all my early videos, that's what it was like what I'm doing now. Doing some like decent hiking. My channel was originally called Bonnie Lads on Tour. That's where you get the blot from. But then I wanted to add like the outdoor show on the end of it. A Bonnie Lads on Tour outdoor show, which is far too long, dingo man dingoes. So blot, I thought blot. It's a name that might stick in people's heads. Now everyone just calls me Blot. So right, guys. I was going to say I'll bring you back, but is that a track there? I'll bring you back along the track. That's what Butchy Boy Adventure says. If you haven't watched Butchy Boy, check him out. He's a local lad from Sunderland, just like me. Goes out with his mates, gets smashed, does wild camps, sleeps in the back of his van like what I used to do. Oh God, look, you have brought spare socks. How have I gone off track? You know, you can see a path in front of you, then you just lose it. Right, I think it's over there. We're just chatting shite now, guys, while I make my way through this minefield. So I might go into the van, you know, at some point. Maybe like what Butchy's got, where he's like converted it, or even like an old VW van. And I can do more like bigger hikes and then do like a van camp. I mean, I can do there anyway, can't I, when I do the car camping videos. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Oh Jesus. Is this recording? This is making for good footage, guys. Holy shit. Right, I need to turn this off and I need to get safely over onto the path. Wow. Right. Woo! Now that is what you call getting nearly stuck in a Bogdan Milosevic. Wow. All part of the adventure, I suppose. It just shows you how easy things can go wrong. Luckily, you know, I'm no mug. I might come across like a bit of a daft lad, but I knew what to do. don't just stand up straight and panicking and sinking even further down. Get yourself a layer flat straight away, and then get your legs up on top. Do you know what I mean? Get on top, air matron, and then slowly manoeuvre your way out. Why am some Bear Grylls? Why am the spit of Ed Stafford? But it worked, didn't it? It worked. I was lucky because I've got my keys in this pocket here, and there's no zip on this pocket. I was like, shit. Oh, thank God my keys is there. Right, I'm on something of like a decent path now. Wow, it's like nearly up to my waist. So, anyway, where I'm going is just down there. That's Old's car, and it's just down in that bowl there. So I think I've waffled on far too much. I'm going to keep an eye on where I'm going. I'll bring you Cilla Black and Bert Bacharach when we're at Ble Tarn. How are we? That's where we're going, folks, down there. Ble Tarn. Sellers me map reading skills. You know, earlier on when I said it's just down there, it wasn't. I got down and then I had to climb over some more hills. Well, over one more hill, but it was slow going because everything was so bogged down Milosevic, and I didn't want to repeat of getting waist deep again. The next time I might have went even deeper, the old deep penetration, and I might not have been able to get out. But happy dingleberries, guys, as they say in the southeastern region of Mongolia. Not long and we'll be there. 6:05 PM, obviously, and it's still light. Mint, light nights is flying in. So when we do get there, I can just slowly take my time. There's no Ian rush. Put me tent up nice and slow, enjoy a good old Jeff, the old Jeff beer, and I'll watch the sunset. Mintos. Right, I'll bring you back when we're there. Dice. So here we are, folks. Finally at Ble Tarn. We went the long way to get here. We went from arsehole to get to breakfast time, if you know what I'm talking about. Now it's just a case of finding the best spot. This is all Denise Squelch round here, and as I'm looking over there, you know, coming down off the hill, it doesn't look like there's any flat spots, so I'm thinking that's going to be the best round there. That's my guess, guys. Have a quick look. Aye. I don't think I'm going to be seeing the sunset, like I said, because it's already dipped down over there. You can just see the last of it. By the time I get round and find a spot, I might be putting the tarp up, sorry, the tent up in the old dark Aroni. It doesn't matter. I've got my head torch there. There's still no Ian rush, guys. I'm never in a rush. Take it nice and easy. Stop and have a rest whenever I feel like it. Have a puff. Air matron on my inhaler, you know, because I've got asthma. Slow and steady wins the race. Right, let's find the best spot. So everything's just proper Geordie marsh, but it raises up a bit here and then a little bit like over there, so that looks like the prime location. The prime location, mad for it, for tonight's wild camp. It's going to have to be. I'm going to have to find a spot up here no matter what, even though I've got a big fat hairy spotty butt, because we're running out of light. What a place though. I nearly said spot and place at the same time. What a place. What a Kevin Spacey. Mint. Haven't seen a soul all day as well. Haven't seen a Dover soul all day. Place to myself. This is what you want. This is exactly what you want when you come wild camping. Right, let's get up here. Just getting a head start, putting the tent up, folks. Yeah, this is my spot for tonight. Absolutely spamtastic. But I need to get set up now as quick as I can, because once I've stopped walking, I'm getting stone cold Steve Austin. My legs are soaking wet, wet, wet. In the famous words, of Marty Pellow. Luckily I've got some dry socks in there. I've got some spare tracksuit bottoms. Get this off, get me 2 down jackets on, warm hat, heated gloves. You know the score, guys. I'm enjoying a wasky. I've had a couple of little shot dingos as I'm putting this tent up. Yeah, but I need to get a move on now, because I'm getting colder by the second. Lice. Oh. 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 Yes, folks, just on my first can dingo, good old Elvis juice from Brewdog Millionaire, grapefruit infused IPA, very nice, one of my favourites. Yes, I'm getting all wrapped up, 2 down jackets on, I've got me nice warm hat on, me down trousers. I put me dry, you know, my spare pair tracksuit bottoms on underneath there. I've got the old brr down slippers, the old Brian Bedondiers brr. Might as well show you all my shit, why not? Inside here, guys, the old foil Matt Goss flex tail air mat. Now, I was telling you the other week, wasn't I, about this, because this bit blebbed up. I'm not going to send it back. The company I bought it from, Valley and Pig, were absolutely spot on. They sent us an email with like a returns thingy, you know, they send it back. And then they emailed us again to say, like, we haven't received your thingy yet. Get your finger out your brown eye, mandingo, do you know what I mean? But I've decided to keep it because this is the way I sit on my big fat hairy spotty arse on there with that behind us. And with that being blebbed up, it's almost like having like a nice sofa to lean back on. Plus, there's loads more air mat there to sleep on when it's time for bed. So, and I can always buy another one if I want. I mean, it was 95 quid. It's not cheap, but some air mats can cost like 200 and odd, 300 and odd pound, even more. So it's not a bad price really if you're going to be coming out every week while camping. Pardonsky, like what I do. First aid kit is there. That's me bin diesel for all me shite. For my main meal tonight, from Relo, I've got a beef in American sauce. Beef in American style sauce with mushrooms and brown ricicles. And I've got some mashed potato. So we'll do the mash and then we'll pour the beef and sauce all over the top of it. I did have a little tin of sweet corn, the old corn on my knob with peppers, and I left it on my kitchen bench. So that's just the way it goes, guys. Wake me up before you goes, guys. God, I'm an idiot, I know. Right, so me Jeff beers, you know I've got that. We've got whatever this is, Arbor ZZ Hop New England IPA. Can I see the strength on there? 4.3 placenta from Jubal. We've got this Jubal beer cut with grapefruit, another grapefruit one, nice and refreshing. And from the Beavertown Brewery, we've got Cosmic Drop Berry Punch Jeff beer. Never had that one before. I've never had that one before either. So fantastic. We've got some whiskey in there. Plenty of shot-aroundies, guys, for the old chest warmers. Full bottle of water. Half a bottle of water there. Can of plop. I've got this for the review tonight, guys. Belmont Estate Special Golden Golden Rum. There's a note in there from who it's off. So I will give you a big shout out and a big thank you later on, and I will certainly ding dang do a world famous warm review later on, ski bait. Snacks, I've got a meat and potato pie. We've got some nuts. I've got a couple of Viscounts, the old Viscount Duculars. We've got some cakes there from my good friend Mr. Kipling. Always keeps me in good supply. I can have them in the morning if I want as well, with a coffee, a good old Jurgen coffee, which is down there. And we've got some German meats. It's like three different slices, 3 different rows of slices of meat. And I think I'm going to have this soon, guys, for a little energy boost. I've had nothing to eat yet, so I'm going to finish my beer off, and I'm going to have myself some nice white cock. Sorry, guys, I mean white chocolate. Right, folks, time for another can. Should we have this Cosmic Drop Berry Punch Jeff beer or the Jubal? What is your name? Jubal beer with grapefruit. I tell you what, I'll keep that for last because I've had that a couple of times before and it is really nice. I'm dying to see what this one tastes like. Been eating these as well. Some nuts. Get some nuts in my mouth. Oh no! You can't see you get nuts in your mouth. Oh no! Nuts! Nuts! He said he put nuts in his mouth. Oh no! He put nuts in his mouth.
Perfect is snack packaroni. Very rice. Yeah, we'll have this one. So I'm dying to see what it tastes like. I got ripped off, at Sainsbury's just yesterday. When you buy the 4 cans for the price of 3, you get the cheapest one free. And when I checked my receipt, oh, that's nice. I'll take blueberry plop and Jeff Beer at exactly the same time. Now, I think after 1 can, I probably will be a bit... Hold on. Yeah, it's nice, but after 1 can, it will be sickly. So, 1, mixed in with the other cans. I've got this, and then the jubel of what is your name? Jeff Beer grapefruit. One of these is enough. Of what is your name? What was I saying? I was in the Sainsbury's. We're just going to waffle some shite now, guys. I've been chilling, for over an hour. I haven't recorded anything for over an hour. Make sure this is recording. It is. What I do is, because I've got the tent, the back of the tent is like almost touching the camera. And sometimes it knocks it off. So I'll be waffling on for about 10 minutes. And then when I finish and I check, it's gone off. Oh, and I've had some mint crack. And I've got to start all over again. But if you start all over again, trying to repeat the same shit, it's not as good because it's not genuine. You're trying to repeat what you've already said. So I just scrap it off altogether. But I was in Sainsbury's yesterday. 3rd time I've said that now, isn't it? And when I paid for my Candingos at the self-service till, pardonski, I looked at the receipt and I paid the full price for the 4 Jeff Beers. So I went to the customer service desk. As you do, you stand there for about 20 minutes. And but the lady was lovely. She went and checked, and she said, "Oh yeah, it should be 4 for." Anyway, I got all sorted out. But while she went off, there was a lady behind us, and she went, "Oh, my son bought one of them last week. He bought a few cans, just like what I did, like a mixture of cans." She went, "I didn't have a clue what he got." She went, "I was looking at his beers, and I didn't recognise any of the names." Like the funny names in the cans. And she went, "I had a little taste of that. This one here." Oh, she went, "You'll enjoy that one. It's absolutely beautiful." And she's right. I told her the name of my YouTube channel as well. And she knew what YouTube was, but she wasn't quite sure with the crack. But she said her son watches. So I said, "Well, I'll be drinking this. And it'll be on Wednesday night's video." She went, "I'll tell me so and I'll tune in. So if you're watching, how you doing?" It was nice talking to you in Sainsbury's. It makes sense. Aye, so let's get back on with this. Answer a question. Aye, this is the good one. Now, some people have said, "Mandingo, in your early days of the Blot Outdoor Show, you weren't drinking these fancy beers, these IPAs or fruity flavoured beers. You were just drinking like random bog standard lagers and ciders." Well, I still do that. Remember, I camp twice a week now. And on my Sunday night stealth camps, I've never changed. I'm still in my old stinking Van Gogh Orion. Stinks of piss. Stinks of piss. Smells like a tuna fish's fanny. The old Van Gogh Orion 2-man tent. I still just grab like 4 cans of, I don't know. I go in the supermarket and whatever I see on special, San Miguel, Madry, Amstel, Thatcher's cider, Strongbow, what have you. I still just grab whatever. But for these midweek wild camps, when I left the factory a year ago, I thought to myself, I'm going to treat myself. Why not? I've earned it. Young Chris started bringing out, you know, the odd IPA or fancy beer or lager. And I had a taste for it not long before I left the factory, and I thought, that'll ding-dang do for this man, Dingo. Very nice, because I was like a dinosaur. You know, I've always been a wasky man. But for like me beers, the old Jeff beers, I would just like get whatever was on special in the supermarket. I think you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. You probably do the same thing if you're not fussy. It's all about the pennies, isn't it? If you go in and you might want, say, for example, 4 cans of Kronenberg in the £7.50. I don't know, I'm making the price up. But you might say, Amstel on special for £5.50. So you just grab them instead, don't you? Do you know what I mean? So that's what I used to do. So for these midweek wild camps, I started to treat myself to the nice beers. But going back to the question that was asked of us, if you don't drink milk, you won't be good enough to play for Accrington Stanley. Accrington Stanley? Who are they? Exactly. Go back to me beers. I've got loads of subscribers from Liverpool, by the way, or from the Liverpool area. You know, Birkenhead, Liverpool. What an absolute bunch of legends, honestly. Not just people from Liverpool, Manchester, bloody hell, Birmingham, London, Wales, Scotland, all over the UK. Thank you so much for watching. You're absolute legends. I love each and every one of you, and it's very much appreciated. Aye, so getting back on track. Getting back on track with my stinky ass crack. Cheers, guys. I didn't always drink these fine whiskies. Beers. That's not a whiskey. That's a whiskey. Oh, yeah. Cheers, guys. Well, part of the question was, when I first started going out drinking, what I used to drink. This is going to go on for quite a while now, guys. So sit back, get yourself a drink. I am just enjoying a little bit crack dingo with you absolute legends. This is what it's all about on the Blunt Outdoor Show. We just, we waffle load of shite. And it's all about a good time. Positive vibes. Sorry, folks. Camera went off there. It happened again. I was waffling on for a couple of minutes, but luckily, I turned the camera around and I checked. And it had gone off. I tell you what is, you know when your phone updates every now and again, you need to update it. So it just stops while I'm recording. That's probably the worst thing about using your phone for recording. I think I might have to get a better camera at some point. But I'll get loads of shit. Someone will say, oh, you bought yourself a new camera. Oh no, you're so changed, man, dingo. Like I got off some fucking wanker. Sorry for the language, guys. You've bought yourself a new tent. You're a disgrace. Or, oh, look at you bought yourself a new car. You're a disgrace. Even though my van was broke down for 4 months and I was riding a pedal bike for work. Oh, you cannot change. You cannot change wankers. All we can do, guys, is go out and have a good time. So let's forget about the wet wipes and carry on with the old crack dingo. So, what was I saying? Part of the question was, what did I used to drink when I first started going out drinking? Well, it certainly wasn't these. You couldn't even get these back then. When I first started going out drinking, I was only 16, and you might think that's like ridiculous. Wow, I was 16. It was so easy, wasn't it, back in the day, to trick your parents, and you tell them you were going to your friends for a sleepover. Nobody had mobile phones. Your parents didn't even have the phone number of your friends' parents. And so they just took your word for it. As long as you were back in the morning when you said you were coming back, and you didn't look like you'd been like taking 20 cowies, if you know what I'm talking about. It was happy dingleburgers, as they say, in the back streets of Brisbane. I remember that one because someone said, can you say back streets of Brisbane? The back streets of Brisbane. There you go. Rice. But when I first started going out, I went to the Labour Club at Seaham, which was in the roughest area of Seaham. You couldn't get any of that. No, sirree. You were lucky if you could get a nice pint. It was right next to a street called Malvern Crescent. And that's where my dad was brought up. It was like supposed to be. It was renowned for being the roughest, the scruffiest, the mingingest area of the town of Seaham. People from there used to get called Malvernites. Where you from? Oh, he's from Seaham. He's a Malvernite. Do you know what I mean? Ridiculous, isn't it? But, it just shows you, because my dad left there, grafted, worked hard, met me mum. He met me mum, you know. My dad was only like 16, 17. Mum was only 15, 16. And they've been together ever since. And I've been brought up on like good beliefs, good, like, you know, you meet someone, you stick together, you have a family. We're not church-going people, but, you know, we've got our beliefs and all that carry on. Oh, just dropped me groceries, guys. That was a silent but violent one. You know when you get one of them silent farts, that could make a fly sick. I think there's a fly over there being sick at the minute. Good God Almighty. I think I'm going totally off track now, guys. We need to get back on. But this is the Way On Zebra Outdoor Show. And we're having a few Jeff beers. There's no script. There's nothing written down. We're just waffling on. What was the question I was answering? What I used to drink back in the day. So, in the Labour Club, I think it was just pints of Carlin, if I can remember right. But we used to go along, literally just a 5-minute walk on the road to this pub. It was like Seahams version Van Dyke of a nightclub, and it was called the Phoenix. Rise like a phoenix from the flames. And I'll guarantee you now, it was impossible, and I mean impossible, to have a night in the Phoenix without seeing someone getting the face absolutely smashed in. It was Fight Central. Fight Club. Have you seen the film Fight Club? That was snout, if you know what I'm talking about, snout, compared to the Phoenix. Good God Almighty. And with me having so much of a pretty face, I was a target. Yes, I was a good-looking lad, you know, back in the day. How do you think I got Mrs. Block with the sexy butt? Do you know what I mean? I was a right catch. I used to have to stand at the side, because being so good-looking with my chiseled looks. I'm only having a laugh, guys. What I'm having a Jeff beer. You know what I'm talking about. No, but seriously, it was like the OK Corral. The most violent place you could ever be in your life. I'm just talking shite now, you know. Hope you don't mind. This is going to go on for quite a while. But that is the Way of the Blot Outdoor Show. If you don't like it, on your bike. So I went in there. And people I knew, because 30 years ago in Seaham, everybody knew everyone. If someone came in the pub and you didn't recognise them, it was one of them scenes where, you know, like even when the pool balls stop on the pool table and the record goes and everyone looks because it's a stranger coming in. Everyone knew everyone back then. So everyone was drinking like Newcastle brown ale. I was like, what the flock? I'm not drinking that shite. I'm a Sunderland fan. You Newcastle fans, you're not going to take any offence to that because you know we're all the same. I never give the big one about football. This is all just laughs on the Blood Outdoor Show. But they had double Maxim behind the bar. And Vaux back then, Vaux used to sponsor Sunderland Football Club. So I was like, if I can't have one of them, which you couldn't back then, I'll have a bottle of double Maxim. So that's why I had a bottle of double Maxim. And that tasted like shite and all. Newcastle brown ale tasted like shite. And so double Maxim. But I still drank it. Anyway, as time went on, you get drinking your normal beers. The pub, which was me local, the Mill Inn in Seam, used to have Labatt's behind the bar. And I used to enjoy a pint of Labatt's. It was really cheap as well. Then as the years and years went on, I was always a whiskey drinker. I would always be out with my mates and have a few beers and then a few shots of whiskey. Going to my nightclubbing days in Sunderland City Centre. Just making sure that's recording, guys. Now, when I first started going out drinking, I tried to get into Chambers. Anyone that knows Sunderland, I know you guys watching, you know all from where I'm from. Chambers was like famous for being the best nightclub in Sunderland. I couldn't get in. And then you had Q Club, which was like my favourite place. The music was feckin' mint. I couldn't get in there. I had a baby face, you know. I didn't have any pubic hairs. Smooth as a baby's butt. It wasn't like where I am now. So I tried my luck at Bentley's. There was a nightclub called Bentley's. And I got in there. Yeah, I got in Bentley's. So I just kept going there for a year, you know. Till I grew a bit bigger and stronger. Got a bit stubble on my face. Grew my hair. Come on when curtains were in fashion. You get your hair long. Get curtains. The old beef curtains. And Bentley's was good. It was because I was only 16, 17. Of course it was good. That was like the OK Corral as well. Fights every week. Not that I was any part of it. I used to just stand back. Beer. People used to think I was a weirdo, you know all my friends used to think I was a weirdo because I used to get a pint. And I used to get a shot of whiskey. Nothing like what I do now with the fine single malts. I used to just get whatever that'd be in the bar. Bells, Grants, Teachers. You know, the old school type Scotch whiskies. Even a Jameson's, an Irish whiskey now and again. A good old Jameson's. And my mates used to think I was weird. They used to think I was a weirdo because I was treating myself to a shot of whiskey. Yeah, I've always been a whiskey drinker. Always. Going back to when I was a kid, when my granda, you know, he used to give us like a hot whiskey and sugar when I had man flu or boy flu. I think have I already mentioned that in this video already? I can't remember, but I've definitely mentioned it in the past. Just showing you what I've got left, guys. We have got the Jubal for later. We have got a red wine. We have got rum, fuzzy rum review. And we have got a few shot-roonies of whiskey here. Yeah. I saw when I was in Bentley's, bog standard, whatever that had behind the bar, Carlin, Labatt's, cheap, nasty beer. But I used to have a few shots of whiskey. But then I started going to Q Club. Yeah, I was allowed to go into Q Club. And I struggled the first time. I'd argue the point. I'm 18, blah, de blah, when I was only 17. But the Limousine, once I got in once, that was it. I was there every week. And that is where, I think that's where I became a man. That's where I became a true mandingo, in Q Club. Wow. What a place. What a fantastic place. I used to be there every week for, I can't tell you how long. Unbelievable. And I can definitely tell you what I was drinking there. Red Stripe. They used to have the fridges behind the bar. Cans of Red Stripe. Yeah. Yeah, man. Where did Red Stripe go? It went away, didn't it, for years? I drank it in there for like 2 years solid. And then, like, you know, I never seen it again. And then young Chris, is it young Chris? Young Chris has been bringing out Little Mick as well. Young Chris and Little Mick bringing, you know, he'll bring some cans, he'll bring some cans, I'll bring some cans, and we share them. They're bringing Red Stripes out. I'm like, wow, that's taking me black. Sorry, guys. That's taking me Bert Bacharach to when I was a skid, drinking Red Stripe in Q Club before I started drinking this absolute shite. So, but even then, I was doing rounds with the lads, you know, like before years out. Go and get the pints in. It's your round next. You know the score, guys. But when I went, I would go at the bar. See, it was my round. I'd go at the bar. Excuse me, Mandingo. Get four cans of Red Stripe, mate. And give us a double penetration. Sorry, guys, that's not what I said. Give us a double Jameson's. So you come over with the cans. Double Jameson's. Down the old hot stickles. As a whiskey drinker, and back over. And as the night went on, the lads was like wondering, how the fuck are you so smashed in good? We've only had 9 pints. I mean, you've only had 9 pints. Like 9 pints is enough, isn't it? You've only had 9 pints, but what them didn't realise is, yeah, we've had 9 pints, but I've had 5 double whiskies as well. So happy Dingleburgers, guys. I hope you don't mind me waffling shite to you and taking you on a trip down memory lane. That's strange because my video the other day on Friday night when I was walking around the hometown, my hometown of Seaham, was called a trip down memory lane, but it's got no connection to that. So after that, as the years went on, you know, I met Mrs. Blott, took her 2 kids on, and then you're not going out, are you? You're not going out anymore. That's life, isn't it? You've got to become a man. Everyone has got to become a man at some point. A man, right, a true man, isn't going out drinking, getting smash burgered, pissing your fucking pants when you're pissed, falling over drunk and fucking getting kebab and curry sauce and garlic all over your face. That's not a true man. That's when you're young and you're enjoying yourself. A true man is like what I did. I met a beautiful woman. She had 2 kids, 8 and 9-year-old. You've got to cut down on them. Of course you have. And then I just got in the habit of, like, on the weekend, 4 cans. And it had to be what I could afford. So you're back on the Carlin. You're back on the Strongbow. The cheapest, nastiest whiskey you get from Netto. Come over Netto. The shop Netto. Or wherever. Do you know what I mean? As the smart price whiskey. Just the white label with a black writing on. $8.50 a bottle. Pain stripper. Mix it with Coca-Cola just to try and make it a little bit better. And then Fast forward a few years, start coming out wild camping, drinking just the bog standard lagers, whatever I could afford. Strongbow, Thatcher cider, yeah, nice Thatchers. Thatchers was a big thing, wasn't it? In the early days of the Ble Tarn show, Thatcher cider, which is very nice. The Thatcher's blood orange, but then cans now and again, just whatever I got in the shops was on special. I don't know if waffle a crock of shite to her. Always wasky. Luckily for me, when the channel first took off 2.5 years ago, after that tiny roundabout stealth camp near where I live, I've rarely had to buy a bottle of whiskey myself. People like send us whiskies or give us donations for whiskies. Oh no! People sending money for whiskey! Oh no! Oh, I mean, he's just a raggy ass factory worker from Siam. Oh no! People sending whiskey or money for whiskey. He's no better than us. The Mandingo. Ah, no. He's no better than us. He's he's just a raggy ass factory worker from Siam. And people send him whiskey. Ah, no. And he's buying nice beers. I don't believe it. Oh, no. Oh, God. Yeah, so I've rarely had to buy myself. I've rarely had to buy myself a bottle of whiskey over this last 2.5 years. Thank you, massive spank you to you, absolute legends for that, and I thank you for all the support. Wow, unbelievable. So yeah, I was just like bringing out whatever cans I see on special in the supermarket. Then fast forward another year or so to now. Like I said a few minutes ago, young Chris started bringing out the odd IPA or fancy flavour beer. The old beer-rooney. Yes, we were bringing whiskey out all the time. Of course I was. Red wine. Young Chris always bring red wine. I normally bring red wine as well. Whatever beers we had. Whatever jets we had. But he started bringing the fancy little beers like this. And I got a taste for it. And I thought, right, when I leave the factory and I do these wild camps, these midweek wild camps by myself, why not treat myself to a nice beer? I've earned it. If anyone's not happy about it, if you're going to complain, who gives a shite? You don't have to watch. Do you know what I mean? All you legends that watch, who I think the world of, you will ding-dang do for this Mandingo. And yeah, so that's where it went from there, guys. That's how I went from drinking Carlin to start drinking whiskey, and went round in a big full circle to being, you know, with Mrs. Blot. I've took 2 kids on, been skint and looking for bargains, and now I'm very fortunate. I've got an absolute bunch of legends of subscribers. He's talking about himself. Oh no, he's talking about it. How dare he talk about himself on his own channel? Oh no. He's talking about himself on his own channel. Oh no, I can't. I'm gonna survive. How am I gonna survive? He's talking about himself on his own channel. Oh my God, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. He's talking about himself on his own channel. There you go, guys. My God. I don't have to talk a load of shite when I've had a few beers. the old Jeff Beers. Let me check that. 21 minutes. I have just set the record. That is the longest running conversation I've ever had on my channel. I hope I didn't bore you, and if I did, sorry, not sorry. You know what I'm talking about. Lice. Stick around, folks, for the rum review. Coming in literally a Winnie Mandela Belmont Estate special rum. You better believe it. Matron. It's the glove of self-love. Oh. Oh, yeah. It's the glove of self-love. Oh. Matron, the glove of self-love. Oh, yes, my Mandy Dingleberry Finley quiz. You know what time it is? It's not Wasky time. It's Wum time. Wum, in the famous words of Jonathan Was. You better believe it is. And this is what we've got this week, guys. Belmont Estate Rum Dingo from the Caribbean. Oh, yes. This was kindly sent to me. I've got a note. Let's read the note to Rooney. Hi, Chris Mandingo, smiley face. Please enjoy this tipple with our love. We bought this in St. Clit's, the old St. Clitteroonies, whilst on an island safari, and thought you would appreciate it. Apparently, this was made in Guyana. Am I saying that right? I don't know. Guyana, amazing. And it was matured in St. Kitts. Keep doing what you're doing, as we love it. All the best, Craig and I think that says Juan. I'm not 100% sure. There you go, folks. Craig and Juan. Give me hope, Joanna, give me hope, Joanna, give me hope, Joanna, for the morning come. Give me hope, Joanna, give me hope, Joanna, hope before Gary's tears. Boo-hoo! Anyway. That was made up on the spot. Wow. Wowzeroonie. Right. From Craig and Joanne, I think that's from. And I am no rum expert. Where is the famous Cub Dingleberry Cub Dingo? Yes. Right, guys. We're going to just go for it. I'm no expert on the rum dingo. Mason. Famous Cub Dingo at the ready Belmont Estate Wasky from St. Clit's at the Caribbean Islands of Love. Oh, get the old drop of rainies in there, guys. Let's get the old boogie Rooney, disco boogie. Disco Boogie. Boogie Rooney. Disco Boogie. Baker Rooney. Not Boogie Rooney. You gotta say Boogie Rooney. He said Boogie Rooney. It's supposed to be Disco Rooney. Oh no. Oh, I can't handle this. I can't handle this, Gary. He said, Boogie Rooney, he said Disco Rooney. Oh no. Oh no. Ah. Hey, God, what life? Get a grip, Gary! Come on then. Here we go. Gary, I love you really, you know. I mean, I know we've got different views, but from the same city, just take a chill pill. There's no hate. It's all love on the Blea Outdoor Show. You don't have to practice cancel culture and try and ruin the Blea Outdoor Show. It's all love. Come on, let's get the old bigger in here. I got like a bit of a marmalade there, smell straight away. The old marmalade Rooney. The old marmalade Wayne Rooney. Swirl around. Maybe a little bit of a toffee smell, but very mild. Marmalade, toffee, but not overpowering. Sweetness. Oh, yeah. I love you more than I can say. I love you twice as much tomorrow. Whoa. I love you more than I can say. You gotta say that. Yeah. Not getting much. Quite mild. Like toffee. That's enough of the sniffing. Let's get on with the taste of Reunion. Lice. Oh! Wasn't expecting that. Like, tangy. It was a taste completely different than the smell, Dingo. Yeah. Almost like, I don't know, that's proper weird. Not nasty. How do I explain that? Wow, it's like I'm just like... Imagine having like a packet of Haribo sweets, but not Haribo's, like a cheap and nasty version Van Dyke of Haribo sweets. Like a tangy, and getting a handful and putting them out and chewing them. And get like a funny, fizzy, brr, brr, type of taste. Even more, it's like sucking a cola bottle through a sweaty sock. Yeah. Weird. I'm not gonna say I like it. I don't. I've got to be honest. I'm so grateful to Craig and Joanne. Give me hope. Joanna, give me hope. Joanna. That is not very enjoyable at all. It's not. Maybe a fruity. Come on, let's swirl this round the old gummy bears and give it a good old blaster-rooney. I would say it has maybe got a banana-rama thing going on. Yeah. Like a stewed pear. That's what I'm getting, guys. If I'm way off, don't shoot me down and finger my brown eye. I mean, this is just my honest opinion. Banana-rama, like a stewed pear. Like the taste of a cola bottle sweet, but with a nasty linger to it. Like sucking a cola bottle sweet through Mickey Robson's underpants, through Mickey Robson's underpanty girdles. You don't know who Mickey Robson is, you don't want to know. Yeah. I'm still enjoying it because I enjoy anything I haven't been sent before. The amount of times people send us things that I've already had. This is fantastic. It's absolutely spamtastic. So thank you to you absolute legends who have sent me this. I would rather have this than some wasky that's already been sent to me twice before. Time for the old score dingos. Let's get this down the old hasticles. So, from Craig and Joanna, I think it's Joanna. Give me hope, please, it's Joanna. Belmont Estate rum from St. Clett's. I'm going to give that a straight as a die. No messing. 4 out of 10 dingo. A 4, not a 5, not a 3, a 4 out of 10 dingo. My Mandy Dingleberry Finiquiz. You know what I'm talking about. This is serious wild comment. Ho ho yes. Boomski Beats. International Playboy Bunny Boiler. Rice. Beef and American steak sauce, mushrooms, brown rice, and mashed potato. Mashed potatoes done, guys. And I'm going to add the American style beef and steak sauce. Yes, look at that. A thing of beauty. The old black beauty. I'll bring you legends back in a few seconds. Right. There we go, folks. That's that. Let's get this. Oh. Oh. What happens now and again? Let's get this popped on. Oh, yes. the old mashed potato, and we will dive in. Yes, guys. Yes, guys. You know what I'm talking about. It's time for some serious scrandingo, my Mandy Dingleberries. It will go loads of mashed potato on the bottom. And we've got the beef in American style sauce from Relo. Relo, 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 Relo. Oh yes, very nice indeed. For camping, spot on. That mashed potato was like less than a pound. Put it in your pansexual. Put a little bit of oil on first with this garlic oil or whatever. A bit fry light. Just so it doesn't stick to the pansexual. I can't put my finger on what that sauce is around the steak, but whatever it is, wow, it's right up my street. It is fantastic. It's like a mixture of mayonnaise and barbecue sauce. Am I saying that right? It's very nice. It's got a lovely twang to it. Also added a good bit of common sense. Yeah. Oh, some chunky bits of beef in there. Fantastic. Wow. Wowza. Wowza Rooney. Right, guys, I'm going to finish this off in peace. And then we're going to say bonjour. Good night, Vienna. Arrivederci. And Vorsprung der Technik. See you in the morgen. At Morgan Freeman. Catalogue. Time of Rooney. Dicicles. Au revoir, guys. Well, 9:45. Wow. I really have slept like a baby's arm. Fantastic. Feeling fresher than tit milk, if you know what I'm talking about. But I'm bursting for a Slash Gordon jukebox jury. So I'm going to nip out and drain the lizard, the old Eddie Lizard. And I'll bring you back in a seconda. Dice.
There we have it, guys. That's me all packed away. Baghdad, I'm the old Baccaroni. Bin Diesel. With all my shite, it's now time to make like a tree and split. Hit the road, Jack. Don't come back and get out of Dodge City. Let's go, guys. Right. Right folks, I nearly forgot to say bonjour, but I've just stopped on the way home for a nice white white coffee. Yeah, thank you for watching this video. You're an absolute bunch of legends. If you've enjoyed it, please give me a big thumbs up. Leave a comment, it really does help the channel. And please tune in for the next one, which will be a mooch around some random town on Friday night and a takeaway review, and Sunday night for another serious stealth camp. You know what I'm talking about. And you know it makes absolute, complete, total sense. Right.
Oh, matron.
You know, it's make total sense, mate. Very nice.